The identical construction had been erected one room previously to separate the antechamber from the burial chamber, as seen in the photograph. This is a conclusion based upon completely new evidence yielded by a technology to which previous generations had no access. The digital scanning of surfaces, which in this instance has revealed the seeming presence of two intact doorways behind the painted decoration of the burial chamber's west and north walls. More extraordinary still, it looks as if one of these doorways may lead to the burial of Nefertiti herself. Think more than a roughly plastered fault, similar to those encountered adjacent to and above the entrance to the proposed new west wall. Even before these latest developments, it was becoming apparent to a number of scholars that Tutankhamun's tomb represents a far more complex assemblage than has previously been recognized. A case in point is the famous gold mask. Gazed at by countless millions for the past 90 years, no one had actually noticed that this mask had never been intended for Tutankhamun at all. 6 years ago, at a conference held in Luxor to celebrate the opening of Howard Carter's house, I was able to show that the separately modelled face of Tutankhamun set within that mask is an ancient replacement, and that the headpiece had in fact originally been made for a woman. How do I know this? Because its functionally pierced ears indicate that the mask had once carried earrings, a form of jewellery never worn by kings beyond infancy. Furthermore, the cartouche has been altered. Comparison with traces of text inside the king's 4 gold canopic coffinets reveals the woman in question to have been Nefertiti, the original owner, as we are now beginning to see, of as much as 80% of Tutankhamun's burial furniture. What renders the situation all the more intriguing is that it's possible actually to demonstrate that an additional storage chamber at this point had almost certainly been intended by the architects of Tutankhamun's tomb. The KV-62 plan, as it currently stands, is peculiar, but Carter recognized that it does in fact conform in all its fundamental respects to that of a regular royal tomb, if it's manipulated a little. At left, we see the excavator's sketched analysis of the Tutankhamun ground plan. One at the top shows the tomb as it now is, while 2 below is the excavator's proposed reconciliation, achieved by simply turning the yellow highlighted burial compartments 90 degrees to the left. A possibility which is confirmed by a visible line of chiselling across the ceiling, seen here at the top, showing that the burial chamber's western end had been roughly ended. As the evidence, all the evidence combines, therefore, to suggest behind this west wall the presence of a further Tutankhamun-era storage room, shown here in an artist's impression based on the size and shape of the annex. If this new chamber actually exists, and radar and thermal imaging should tell us, then from the intact condition of the painted decoration that now overlies it, the likelihood must be that it remains completely undisturbed.
What is